getting on that. And when it comes to these seals, this is probably the one thing that you can actually lay your hand down on and be alright. Like you want a nice fit or paint on it. All your dirt lays on that, all the moisture, you want to filter it to that. Like if you want to waste time on paint something, there's one paint you really feels the best. Take your time on your windows. It's not just that self-built problem. If you notice, I stopped right here on my trim. It's because I'm going to hit this window and then start. Guys an idea. This is exactly what I was talking about. See that? Okay. That's what I was talking about. You did everything cool. Cut that one. Sniffed on myself. I've been doing this 200 years. From the Hanging Company. I don't know what this is. Like I know that's the sink. Anybody, like you can get in and out of there without figuring out all that. Most people screw it up all that. Like see how they know there's got numbers on them? That means they know where they go. So The last thing you want to do is paint it. So push them over. And if you notice how right top the door. I need to paint the back of the door. Yeah, man. I'm gonna pack all this stuff up, get it out of the way. There we go. You guys see now? All that light? Look at the light. And I'll tell you another thing. If you're a new sprayer and you're trying to figure it out, learn how to put it on real light. Don't worry about putting on build and all that stuff. Like, if you're new at spraying, the last thing you want to do is lay that stuff on. So worry about learn how to put it on lightly. Like just mist it. That's what you need to worry about. Like this. See how I'm running it real fast? Like I said, I'm going up. When I go up, I point my gun up. When I go down, I point my gun down. So what I'm doing is I'm hitting that ledge. And then I'm hitting that ledge. So that right there is that we missed the door. Just put it on real light. And try not to think that, oh, it's not good enough. And you try to keep like messing with it. But it is, it's wet. Sometimes it's just the wetness of the paint that makes it look like it's not coating it. Like I can leave that there, that's what we call misting it, like I said. Like I can leave that just like that, just misting it. And once it dries, we can sand it. You know, say I'm not gonna have a lot of primer to sand off, but it's definitely gonna do the job of locking the grain down. So, if you're new to spraying, the first 3 or 4 months, you just want to learn how to put it on lightly. Because some things you got to put on light, some things you got to put it on kind of heavy. But you got to make that judgment on the fly. The last thing you want to do is make that judgment on the door and have a big nasty run on it. Because it gives someone an idea. Say I spray this door and I get a big nasty sag across there, like one of those real big roll hangers, right? And let me see here, we go. Imagine I spray this door and it's got a real nasty sag right here across here. Everywhere that it's sagging at the tip of that run, you gotta sand it down to the finish level of the finish. Anything up past that, it's going to be just like this green, and you're going to see it. So if you spray it and it runs, and you don't sand that run all the way down to where it's on the finished level, you'll never, every time you paint it, it's going to be there. It's just like a run that's on the wall. If you got a run on your wall, and you notice every time you paint it, it never goes nowhere, it's because it's higher than the wall. It's no different than the green. It's a different height. There's no real old paint in here, so I can't really show you what it runs. So that's here we go. It might be under here. We never took this piece in 100% apart, but like this right here is a good idea of what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about the thickness and the height difference. It's, if I spray this, you're gonna see it, no matter what. Now what I can do is sand these edges down real fine and blend the thickness in. So even though it's gonna be a nice little, it's gonna kind of like a smudge versus this, you can do stuff like that. Or you can just patch it and then put another patch over top of it and then sand that. And then that's how you get the middle part built up to the thickness of the upper layer. But this paint is over 10 years old. I can tell by just by looking at it. It's probably lead too. Anyway. When you get paint this thick like this, you're looking at 10 years max to a lifetime guarantee on a paint job is 10 years. It's not a lifetime, it's not 20 years, it's 10. And that's if I give you like the best of the best paint. So this paint right here, even though it's 15 years old, they definitely got their life on them because a lot of it's still on it. You can still see it's all green. But it doesn't matter what I put it on top of this. It's what's already down that you gotta worry about. Like this right here, this is one big drop bubble. Here. You can pick it and pick it, because the very first layer of paint that's been there for 20 years has done failed and then some. And the only reason why it's laying still is because the coat of paint that's on it now, that's about 10 years old, is still holding it all together. But these are what we call failures when it comes to like actually biting anything. But you can paint them and lock them down a little bit better with some primer and stuff like that. Like if you're one of the people that's like, I don't care about stuff like that, cool, lock it down with some peel bond and it'll stick again, and then you can paint over top of that. But you're always going to have this. You gotta either patch it or you gotta sand it out. And the same thing with a run. You get a run on the door, you just took that door from taking you can spend 3 hours on a door from start to finish. And if you get a run that's anything over 6 inches long, it's going to add an extra hour to 3 hours depending on how you get it off and get it sanded down to where you don't notice it again. Especially if you're doing like high-end paint jobs. That's why a run is so vital. I mean, it almost like it costs you money every time you get a run. So the last thing you want to do is get a run. Here's that door. I taped off and didn't record. I try to tape it off to show you guys how we do it. But the stupid phone died. I don't know if it died on me, but it just quit recording. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this tray. It's not too thick, and it's got a little bit of a body to the sink. That's all I'm looking for. Whatever I put on there, we're gonna sand off. Just to give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. Because when it dries, it's gonna dry like that. You just spray that, it's already dry. That's good. That shows us this stuff. It shows us this stuff. It brings all that stuff to life. the whole point of spraying pheromone and stuff. In my eyes, the whole point of spraying pheromone is lost all the grain down, but it also shows you all the imperfections that you got to fix. So what we're gonna do is either get you here and throw this stuff in the coffin, or from that one time. So we're gonna either patch it with this. This is the stuff I was telling you that comes from Denver Mill. It doesn't come from Brio, it's a different product, but they call it plastic iron. But it doesn't weigh nothing, so it's super duper light. It's like almost like